And you know, even the shoe shiners, they were removed from the city.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
So welcome back. I hope you are enjoying the views as we cross or as we move around the gardens. You know them?
Edible.
The edible. They have a hardcore. When you remove the greener covers, you have to take a stone, hit hard.
Really?
Njugumawe. I don't know the name in English. They say the cuteness or the stability of a city lies within its infrastructure, and sometimes infrastructure will include roads, will include buildings and other social amenities. When you are there, I hope you are enjoying. Welcome back to Shifting News. We need to show you the streets after. Now they said hawkers should not occupy the streets, and this idea came from the one and only
Governor of Nairobi.
You are the governor of Nairobi.
Okay, so the issue of clearing the streets of Nairobi came from the governor?
Oh, no, I was saying about the idea of the video.
Okay, so welcome everybody. We are so happy to bring this episode to you. We are at the center of the Nairobi city, which is a place we call home. Hapa ni nyumbani. So for those who assume that they know the city of Nairobi, we are going to give you a new face. We are going to see how it looks when the streets are clear. So you might think that you know the streets, but now you feel like you don't know where you're.
Are you sure they're clear?
The streets are clear. From my own perspective, I feel like it's less congested. There's a lot of decongestion.
Have you ever been on the streets of Nairobi when they're clear? I think sometimes in December when people have traveled, but generally rare.
We are going to vote. So we are going to do it right from the beginning of this episode.
You want to vote against who?
Against those who are saying it's not clear.
Oh,
I'm not going to
against the
mention
viewers. Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
saying you want them to decide
names. I want them
between me and you, who is saying almost.
I'll be going head on with you, which I don't want to. We are just going to make it open. I believe the streets are clear.
No, I think we can try.
You want us to give it a shot?
We can try. If
So,
you,
What
no,
on that? So you agree?
no, are you ready?
I'm ready for it because I believe in what I've seen in the streets of Nairobi. I'm really proud of it.
You are ready?
I'm very ready for
Which
it.
street is this?
We are going with the Tom Mboya Street,
Yeah.
and
Where does it end?
we are going up to Koja.
Where does it start?
It starts from Haile Selassie Avenue, but there are so many branches. We are choosing this one because it's one of the most busy streets for the hawkers,
Okay.
compared to Moi Avenue, and then as you move towards the other side of the city. But now this one, we are going to see where we used to buy our mitumba clothes. Oh my! I don't know where we are going to source those ones from henceforth.
And remember, Nairobi has become a touristic attraction
Yes.
center. It's always.
Yes, it's always been rated among the top
Yes, and
best cities to visit.
we urge those who are our international viewers, if you need is it a street walk?
Uh-huh.
Someone to guide you. Walter is here. We are here shifting news.
As long as my stomach is full, I can always spend the whole day.
No, we
taking
can
around.
always we can always discuss. You know,
Yes,
in Kenya we say you can always discuss. Like you can see the people behind Walter. I think they are having what we call, is it a day in Nairobi?
Yes.
Just having a walk.
Yes, you can see we have mixed races, people from different nationalities.
Yes.
And it expresses a lot because they have not just transited through Nairobi.
True.
They got an interest in trying to shoot videos with the demography, the people around, and also the streets of Nairobi.
Yeah.
So it speaks a lot about our position as a city.
So maybe you take us along. What should people anticipate?
Now, I want people to anticipate what they've never seen, a new face of Nairobi. I want them to see the new face of Nairobi, where the streets are free, where the people have enough space to walk. We don't have to line up like goats in a dairy. We're going for spraying and all that. So anyway, so you're welcome and come along.
So for our new viewers, make sure you join this amazing family, subscribe, because these are exclusive coverages. And as Walter has said, we are going to walk around after the decree. Was it a decree that hawkers should vacate?
And I hope it's permanent.
Do you think it's a solution? Maybe.
To me, I think Nairobi is supposed to be positioned highly as a city. Yes, I'm not saying that people don't have a right to earn their source of livelihood, but now you see we have to free walking area to be available for people. If it's parking areas, of course, and I heard that the stages are going to also be moved.
You know, that discussion has been there since time immemorial. You know, the coming of Green Park terminals, and also those vehicles coming from Eastlands, they were supposed to be like terminating at where? Mudurwa.
It's always hard to start, but now we've seen positive change towards that direction.
But you see now, the Green Park terminals, the governor suggested that they are going to build is it a conference hall? Now it seems it is a failed project.
I have faith in the people of Nairobi. One thing, don't give them a fixed solution. If they don't want it, they'll not buy it. But now the other way of communicating to Nairobians, just stop what is not working. For example, saying that hawkers should not come here. They've not been coming. I'm so sure there's a place where they have found as an alternative. That's the common Afya Centre. Meeting point for most people who don't know Nairobi.
Really?
Most people
The
say,
green building.
"Let us meet at Afya Centre."
So along the Tom Mboya Street.
So you can just imagine, yes, we are in 2025, of course. The streets of Nairobi have remained the same for so many years.
Maybe let's just review this building again from this side to give people the nice view. And when you use this street, it will connect you to bus station.
Like the Kenya bus station, KBS.
Sorry?
Some people call it KBS, some people call it
No,
bustling.
they call it BS.
Just
KBS is the Matatu Sacco.
Okay, so that one is there. Most matatus start from there, heading towards Umoja. We have those heading to Kala Junction.
And also Karen.
Other common routes. Oh, we have vehicles
Naboka.
heading to Karen from there.
Yes, to other areas of say South C, South B, and you can see street photography.
Yes, it's picked up after again the current governor allowed youths to like come here and shoot videos and take photos as a way of employment. So you can just see there are no hawkers around. Probably a few will be spotted, but majority of them are not.
So do you want us to pass the other side of the street, maybe to... So you said they were occupying the front of these shops?
Most of them are set up in front of the other shops. So like along these streets, we will have so many hawkers setting up. So you can just see how freely people are walking around.
Shifting news. Explore.
This is a new face of
feel,
Nairobi which we are not used
shift.
to. Especially the so-called Gen Zs, they are never used to the modern view. You know, for the older generations, I think before hawking became a norm, the streets of Nairobi used to be free. But
Like free of hawkers?
yes, hawking is not a very old practice. I don't think, because when Nairobi became a city and they had, I don't think right from the beginning they were hawking around. So now you see, in the middle, that's when hawking became a norm. And, there was that movement of people from rural to urban.
So bear with us, the music, sometimes we have to try to evade.
It's a way of attracting customers.
Yeah, but now on our side, if we do post the music, that is copyright infringement.
So you can see we don't have anything obstructing movement,
So people are moving freely.
which is the intended use of the pavement, these areas we have.
Oh, so initially the streets were full of hawkers.
Yes, in such a section we will be having just one line of people moving in the same direction. And during peak hours, like now in the evening, so it will be held.
And we can say at least when they revamped these streets and they placed cabros, it has at least become a good street.
Yes, so you don't have to walk on bare land.
Yeah.
Makes the street cleaner. So you can even see that side of the road towards the extreme end. I don't know how that's
Which one?
it's also unoccupied.
This one is Ronald Ngala Street. So maybe we go like this. And you can see how Nairobi people are. Maybe we... Do you want us to cross until the other side? Or we can go up there and then we turn back?
The left
Or
hand
we-
side is open. Because this one is more busy than the other side.
So we just proceed.
maalum zaidi kwa watu kama wewe, kwa watu kama mimi, tukishirikiana wote wenzangu kuja pata simu.
So we go like this.
Kama rais itakuwa ni haraka na usalama zaidi.
You can imagine this traffic of people coupled with now obstruction from the hawkers and the rest. It will be very hard for people. So you can see we have a few people are still selling along the street. So this used to be the norm, like these people would line up throughout the street.
So it becomes, movement becomes hectic.
It becomes very hard.
So why do you think some of them are on the road?
Okay, there's an assumption that some of them have been positioned here. Okay, these are two assumptions I got. Some of them are just here illegally, but they have a way of communicating. So whenever the city askari are coming, crossing by, they will just move on. And some of them it's a connection to those who are in power. We still have that issue where there's unfair implementation of some laws. So my opinion is if something is being done, let it be done.
Sorry, we have to try avoid the music. You know the shops, they have loud music.
So there is that uneven implementation of some of the laws. And we hope if we are going to make a decision, let it apply to everybody.
So you say this is the new look because this place would be full of hawkers. Hey, the music, I hope we are not given a copyright strike.
Oh. Okay, to some extent, everybody is affected.
So how do we move? Do we show people that side of archives, National Archives?
We might consider that, but I don't know which side was more congested. This section there was a bit of activity.
Somewhere, yeah.
So you can just check this
Then
out.
we'll go back to this area. So what's your general comment about Nairobi? The current Nairobi?
I feel everybody is affected. Yes, both the hotels because it's their source of income. But again, for us consumers, it was much easier finding goods and some items to buy along the streets.
And you know, sometimes I think people say they are considerably, do you say cheaper or
They're cheaper.
because they don't, I don't know, do they pay rent?
Okay, see, most of the costs involved in doing business are they don't take care of that. Like now paying rent and all those things, utility services, and you have some of these government fees.
Yeah.
They don't pay for that, so it was easier for them to sell them at a cheaper price.
So to some extent, it saves the citizens,
Yes,
but to some extent, now there are some punitive measures we have, the authorities have to take.
although one thing that was not guaranteed is the quality of goods you will get there. Because most of them they are selling in the evening. So when there is no clear view of what you are buying.
This is Kenya National Archives. Maybe Walter, I think you have ever entered this
Yes, I got
place.
in, wasn't so much impressed.
Maybe you can tell people, maybe next time they will be eager to enter.
So I think there are so many photos more than the artifacts that are found there. And you see they have tried to mix different histories.
Okay.
We have things belonging to Kenya, and again we have others which are not Kenyan. We have history from the Egyptian artifacts. We have some from Congo. So I didn't find a lot.
What's the entry fee?
They charge 50 shillings per person. That is if you are a Kenyan.
Per day?
Yes, per day. So you can just go and stay inside there. It's very cool actually. But now you not pick up a lot.
Yeah, so this is the effect. Like now, this is the practical. This place, you would see tents, hawkers.
Especially on weekends like today.
Yes. So in your own perspective, you say it was a good move.
Yes, as a country, it's a good move. For the hawkers, it's not a very good move.
So they need to be given an alternative.
They'll have to go back to the drawing board. Yes, there is an alternative. But it's not very convenient for most of them. You remember the Kagundo market?
Yes,
Kagundo Road. So that's
which is not functioning. No, those were now those operating in Mudurwa.
Yes, they're trying to push everybody towards
So do we move this way?
Let's just say
We go back to Tom Mboya.
Go back to Tom Mboya Street. We're actually leaving the Moi Avenue.
Yes. And this is the Tom Mboya
The
monument. It's located on the other side of Moi Avenue. You know the history behind it, they say, especially around this place, that is where he was assassinated when he was just coming from to buy something from the chemist.
some of these histories are going to die with time.
Which ones?
Some of the historical...
No, those are documented history. So, you know, maybe coming years people will be reading and maybe trying to find the generational, we can say the generational origin of some of these roads, especially like, I don't know if it's this Latema Street that was renamed. And you remember Moi Avenue was renamed from Government Road. Yes. So this was so there, I think this is one of the Tuskys supermarket buildings with the writing that has remained standing. I don't know, right now there seems to be a lot of constructions going on. Yeah. So maybe if you understand what's going on inside here, you can communicate, you can tell us, because we are in the CBD trying to move to showcase. So we are moving, you know, it's a weekend, but the traffic is somehow heavy. So, you know, when you're moving in Nairobi, you must be ready to face the people traffic. So, welcome to Nairobi City. If you are watching us for the first time, make sure you like this video, join this family, subscribe, hit the notification bell to receive all notifications once we upload a new video. We are going across with Walter to see the new face of Nairobi City after the decree that hawkers should vacate most of the streets, and we are trying to move around.
So we still have a few people around.
And you know, even the shoe shiners, they were removed from the city. I think if you have been careful, maybe if you have walked around, I think they were also mixed in the mix of hawkers.
That is one group of business people I could not spot. I think it was mid-pace. For those who want to polish their shoes on the way.
Yes. So maybe we go like this. But you can see, those are hawkers.
Yes?
Those are hawkers.
Yeah, they are coming back in small numbers, but they are still being controlled.
So do we say most likely they are trying to be careful with the authorities?
Yeah, they are playing hide and seek, of course, because you know, it's their main source of income.
True.
Probably they are taking the risk. But you can also see on the street of the road, this side of the road is also very clear.
Yeah.
So yes, the streets are clearer, but we don't know for how long. But we still hope that it will maintain like this and it will be even better.
So what can you tell our international people, and especially those who are yearning or planning to visit Nairobi?
They're always welcome. Nairobi is a very safe place. Kenyans are very welcoming.
So we moved to Moi Avenue. This is Imenti House. There was a day it was full in the trends.
Maybe if you bring me up to speed with that.
Yeah?
Maybe if you bring me up to speed on what happened, maybe some of our viewers.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a very good thing.
It wasn't that good thing. I think that's when a lot of people are eager to know where Imenti House is.
So you can also focus on the roof of these places. You can see that we don't have those signboards which are hanging all over. They're all brought out.
So done away with. Hey, moving along these streets is
hectic. It's not orderly.
And you have to be extra careful. Vehicles, people, all of them. So I think we move on the other side maybe to see if we have hawkers. But the vehicles are fully packed.
Now this is the other challenge. That's why we were proposing, like, if although it's not easy, if these vehicles are moved from the street,
yeah,
we have very big roads, wide roads in Nairobi.
But you know, it's all about maybe personal vested interest. If all these things were done from the word go, I think we wouldn't be in a quagmire like this, whereby they decide today we need to do away with all the PSV vehicles from the CBD. Tomorrow we have a different decree. Now there was no, let's say, the stakeholders were not consulted. So you find sometimes it becomes a bit hectic.
And this happens only if those people are making the decision put their interest in front of the country's interest.
Yeah. So this is the fire station area within Nairobi along Tom Mboya Street.
One of the key fire station places for Nairobi, actually.
So especially in the fight against emergency fire.
But
yes.
We only respond to fire emergencies. But other issues which our fire departments I see doing in other countries are not done here.
So you know, when you are heading to Isli, around Ruthuli, you can find the public vehicles, and also along these lined vehicles here near Koja.
So this one head to Isli?
Yes, using the Ngara route. I think we need to pass the other side due to music. And this is the Koja Stage, yeah? River Road is there. When you hear about River Road, what comes in your mind?
River Road is known for two things.
For?
Two major things in Nairobi.
Which are?
So you can find basically anything along River Road, both original and fake. The other thing is it's not a very safe street. So you can either be duped out of your money and you give it out without being forced, or maybe you take and forcefully if you come at one point.
And more so, some of the items, their prices, they are very considerable. When you come to the uptown, you find the prices have doubled. So as we say, this is Koja. This is the road that connects you to Murang'a Road. that will lead you to Thika Superhighway. So you know the effect of these streets, it's music.
Music became one of the ways of catching attention
Of course.
Some of them are not necessary actually, but
Kenya's premier reggae show, the Dreadbeat Show. Only on Radio 47.
okay, so Kenya
Ade is serving as a good Samaritan.
we are one family. And we actually don't question a lot. If someone asks for help, if it's genuine, we do so.
Yes. So where do you want to take us next? Because right now we are on Moi Avenue. This is the bazaar.
The beauty of it, Moi Avenue was not really affected so much with
So do we go through Jivanjee?
maybe Jeevanjee and then head towards that direction
Yeah.
before we connect to the other side of the road.
For those who are visiting us for the first time, we are within Nairobi streets, walking along the streets, and as Walter said, we are just reviewing the streets after we had a decree that hawkers were to vacate the streets. So majorly this issue is on the other side of the town, especially the downtown. When you move from when now you shift from what we call it after Moi Avenue, then you start Tom Mboya Street. That is where we have a lot of traffic. So I think we have moved along Tom Mboya. If you are still here, we say thank you. We appreciate the support, and we are still moving around. We are now headed towards Jivanjee. It's one of the iconic relaxation gardens. So when you are tired, you can come, just cross through it, or you can decide to rest a bit. So probably it's along Moi Avenue and the other road. We shall be telling you the name.
For those who are familiar with these streets, there's no major change because the streets were less congested. So even if they move out, okay, they have moved out actually, a few, there's not that big a shift in the way movement was being hindered. So that is Jivanjee, and it's been this way for quite a long time.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just cross through it. I think it has, no, I think they revamped a bit, made some changes, especially the greener spaces, and maybe taking care of the trees.
You can see most of the trees are older than
True. And on the other side we have Moi Avenue Primary School, one of the primary schools within the CBD area. Hmm? Yeah. This is Jeevanjee. We call it Jeevanjee Gardens.
Yep, so you can just see the floor.
So, I think they decided to leave it like that.
They're here to do a lot here.
And we have people who just come to relax. You have those who are practicing. Is it choir?
Yes, they come to practice. Hello.
So welcome back. I hope you are enjoying the views as we cross or as we move around the gardens. Some of the green spaces left within Nairobi city. Within the Nairobi CBD. So we aim at now moving along Muindi Mbingu Street. Most of you know about Muindi Mbingu Street. So that is Jeevanjee Garden is within Stroll constituency, and this one is Muindi Mbingu Street. If you go straight, you will meet University Way, but we are going to use this Muindi Mbingu Street, commonly known as the TikTok Avenue.
Apparently, people from University of Nairobi find it offensive when you leave the article "the." So it's the University of Nairobi.
Yes, when you connect there, we have a flyover. It will connect you to the University of Nairobi. And nowadays, education in Kenya is becoming a bit expensive. I don't know what's happening. But at the same time, we have governors, scholarship, we have president scholarship, MCA, grant.
Education.
Someone said, why can't they merge all of them together?
If you look at the intention why they want those scholarships to be in their hands, it will explain more why they are not trying to put them into one bucket. Because it's a way of campaigning. Actually, it's public funds, but they use it to win support from the public. And now talking about the expensive education services. Let me call it a service.
Yes.
So access to education being expensive. Right after industrial age, education became a form of business. It's just a sector that there are people, key players there who are only focused on generating income. Because if you look at the ROI on the amount you spend in education, in the long term, you kind of feel like you paid more than what you got.
Really?
Yes, you find that you end up paying more than what you got. Because you find value in the education you got if at the end of the education system you're able to get employment, or you're able to find a place to put that education to use. But now if at the end of your academic years you're still not able to apply it, you still have already paid someone who got an income, but to you there will be nothing much to say.
So why do some of these maybe developed countries or well-to-do governments, they always try to subsidize education?
One of them is, of course, they take it as it's a service they're supposed to give their electorate. Because it's public funds, it's people's money, which are supposed to be put into public use,
yes.
Like now paying for education and the rest. It's not government money, it's people's money. But you see here, we don't acknowledge that. We assume whatever the government has collected from you belongs to the government, let them decide what they do with it. And the other thing is people are willing to pay more in other developed countries because they know no matter how much you pay, it's still going to put into good use. But you see here, sometimes they collect less, which is mismanaged again. And so they're not able to offer the service that was intended. And you see again, if you empower people so that they like have free education and maybe medical care, what do you think our African constituency have to tell people to win their support? So it's just a game of numbers and game of psychology.
So do you think maybe in the near future education will lack meaning?
It's already lacking meaning as at now.
Maybe a parent will decide, for my kid, I'm not taking them to school. Maybe I can just homeschool them. Then I decide what's the best for them.
If you look at the real meaning of education is to educate, to inform, to equip with knowledge. But this knowledge has to be useful again. So if I'm equipping you with information that you don't need, then that one drains the meaning of having that education. If I'm giving you skills that are not up to date, then you're missing out.
So that means there must be revision.
Yes, you can't teach industrial age information to information age people who are supposed to implement, put them into use. So it will not be relevant in the long run. You just keep them busy, let them grow older in those education facilities, but there's nothing that they're going to teach. So we are connecting ahead of us is
Kenyatta Avenue,
Kenyatta Avenue.
one of the iconic roads within Nairobi city. And this is I&M Bank.
I've never known the meaning of that word.
I&M. Maybe we can...
Is it an abbreviation or it's just I&M?
I think that is vitu zingine zenye tunapata tu ziko hivyo, sasa tunasema okay, let us move with the wave.
It's a challenge. The same way most people call LG Electronics as one of the best, yet they don't know it
The meaning
like.
of LG. So do we proceed like this and then connect with KICC, or we connect this way?
So uptown is really tricky because it's not always very big.
So do we just proceed then?
You can proceed.
Okay. So we are still along Muindi Mbingu Street, and if this video is interesting to you, and I hope if you are still watching up to this moment, what we request you to do, if you haven't subscribed, take a chance, subscribe, also like the video, share to your friends and family, tell them about Nairobi, how beautiful Nairobi is sometimes, not always. You know, there are some areas where people will tell you no, Nairobi needs to change. Like when you see the greener spaces like this along Kenyatta Avenue, then you see these green spaces that we are going to cover along Muindi Mbingu Street, and you will surely love this. So this is still along Muindi Mbingu Street, and you can see the green. This is now what tells you about the greener spaces. You see how, and when you have these cabros on set, it makes such places to look beautiful, to look amazing and attractive. Even when the visitors, our tourists come in, they feel like visiting Kenya is a very great achievement for one to do. And this is EcoBank Towers.
EcoBank Towers.
And right now we are headed towards, where are we headed to?
We have the City Hall. It's in front of us.
is it the core of Nairobi City?
I don't know if I should give my opinion on that or not, because is it a good core or bad core? But it's there.
Central core.
It's where they make all those policies we hear about Nairobi. So whether they are good or bad, we leave it to the viewers to make a decision
and share their views. But you can always decide to come visit such places, you know. Do not just rely on hearsay. Sometimes come there, you'll be served, you know, there are always mixed reactions when it comes to service delivery. And I believe sometimes you can get good service, but I think good service, what do we say? It is what?
it should be fast,
Priority.
it should be timely, of course,
Yes.
and then without any expense that is outside what is supposed to be paid.
And we are now on Muindi Street. And by the, you know, these are fruits. You know them?
Edible or
The edible. They have a hard core. When you remove the greener covers, you have to take a stone, hit hard.
really?
Njugumawe. I
what?
think, I don't know the name in English. And you see they are freely hanging in Nairobi City along Muindi Street.
And that is sweet ahead of us.
Which one? Oh, happy to you.
For viewers who caught that one.
This is another street within Nairobi. And I believe you can tell us so far the streets we have covered, what you think about their status, how they are.
I believe with time, if we continue implementing what we've mentioned before about getting freeing the street from hawkers,
Yes,
then we're not going to have a big difference between uptown and downtown.
very true. But I think there must be a solution for the hawkers. Especially, let me tell you, sometimes when people are just getting from job in the evening and you go to downtown, that's when you find people at least purchasing. Some of the products in those areas are a bit flexible in pricing.
Hello?
But when you come to uptown, sometimes some of these prices are a bit hiked because of the rent issues, and maybe it's a bit expensive, so they have to add an operational markup to the prices. So we are still along Muindi Mbingu Street. No, sorry, this is not Muindi Mbingu, we just diverted. This is Muindi Street. And this is International House. This one here, just opposite the former Hilton Hotel. And currently I think one of the operating Hilton group is along Mombasa Road. What is it called? And your vehicle just, is this the vehicle?
Yes, that is the vehicle. Coming back again. So we have a second chance to confirm what it is.
So if you didn't see, there we have it.
You're talking about giving a solution to hawkers. And
Yes, there needs to be a solution.
These are very, very fragile issues to handle because we have different opinions about it.
Very true.
Before we talk about a solution, we have to define the problem. What is the problem?
Where did the rain start beating us?
Yes, so that will help us get a legit solution, which is not just a solution on a problem that shouldn't or wasn't even existing in the first place.
Ah. Do you want to have a moment with Dedan Kimathi?
I can see some people decided to paint him.
maybe wacha tupitie hapa kando ndo tu Did you see that video?
Yes.
Where someone had just done a video, I think it was Dedan Kimathi, was lighting from there. So our good people will be ending this video here. We have done a move across some of these streets, and I hope you can comment about what we have covered so far, and we appreciate your support. We appreciate for the far you have been with us, and for our final words, what now? Maybe you can.
Okay, we've come to halt, not the end, because we still have so many episodes to come ahead.
Oh yes, yes.
Just appreciate those who walked along with us up to here. We hope that what we've shared with you has given you a glimpse of what is going on in Nairobi. Nairobi is our city, we love it so much. It's one of the key areas in East Africa, and any decision that is made here affects most people. So we have request our viewers, those who have opinions, you can just share in the comment section. If you have a question, you can also share in the comment section. And what we hope is that at the end of the day, we are going to have a Nairobi that we are all proud of. So thank you so much, till we meet again.
Thank you, and see you in our next video. Make sure you give it a like, give this video a like, share, make it trend. The streets of Nairobi after the decree where hawkers are supposed to be leaving the CBD streets. So thank you, and see you in our next video.
You mean all of these people are super nice?
Sidani.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.